Uh, I dread going to work. I dread it. There's always bickering. Everyone's angry. They're gossiping. They're not motivated. The inefficiency in work is just insane. I just dread going to work. Maybe this is your workplace. Have you ever said that to yourself? And if you have, that's what I want to talk into today. I'm not going to talk about the inefficiency in your workplace. I'm going to talk about your health and what we need to do to help you be well amongst what's happening at work. So the first thing to remember is that we actually have a choice. We have a choice to stay or we have a choice to leave. We have a choice to buy into the drama. We have a choice not to. And if you choose to stay, excellent. But we need to help you get your head around it so it's not taxing your body. And if you choose to leave, excellent. There's no right or wrong, but we've got to be able to help you that if you do stay within a toxic environment, to have your body be adapting to it and not being taxed. That's really important. And back in my corporate days, absolutely, I've been in those situations. So I really get it. And ultimately, that's all part of what led me into burning out in the 1980s when I was still in the corporate world. So what I see, and I've worked with a lot of people on this who've been wanting to create exit plans. We've wanted to keep them well while they're doing it, all those kind of things. But these are some basic solutions, and maybe it's worth trying a few on because it is not worth ultimately costing your life for the stress that you're experiencing in the workplace. So the first one is, obviously, have you voiced your concerns to the management? And if you haven't, they've fallen on deaf ears. Maybe that's part of the problem. And that's where you've got a choice. If you're going to choose to stay or go, this is going to be part of it. Can you have any clearing conversations where needed? So clearing conversations are the kind of conversation where, it starts with saying, hey, Jen, just want to check in if I couldn't have a quick conversation. And my goal with this conversation is to be able to have us in a better working relationship at the end of it. Is that cool? And then you clear it. It's not a blaming or any of that kind of conversation. It's just a clearing conversation so everyone can get clear about what's possible and where to move forward. I really like using clearing conversations. Can you just stay focused and just concentrate on your little area? Like, can you, whether you've got to adjust the way that your desk works so that you're not, seeing the stuff that's going on. What can you do in that personal space kind of thing to just stay focused? Is it the kind of job where you can wear headphones and tune out? What is it? Don't go buying into other people's games. So this is where I say, don't feed the monster. So just because someone is gossiping about someone else or complaining about someone else or whinging about a situation or any of those things, don't feed it. We have a choice to either feed the monster or to remove ourselves. And this is a big one for me because I really don't like gossiping, because I know that if someone gossips to me, they also gossip about me. Gossiping's not good. And whinging is the same thing as bloody gossiping. So I'm big on removing myself. But to remove myself, the way I'll do it is I'll say, thank you for that. I actually choose just not to be in this conversation. I'm going to go back to work. And not any big reasons why or justifying or anything. I simply say, I choose not to be in this conversation and I'm going off to do something else. That works for me. I hope it can work for you. It was a game changer for me because, blaming, justifying, complaining and gossiping just rip the life out of us. They really do. And there's nothing energetic about it to feed your life. So that was a big one when I integrated it into my life. And when I first started doing it, I promise some people kind of looked at me like, what? No, I actually just choose not to. I won't feed the monster ever. Find your tribe that won't play that gossiping game. Hang with them at lunchtimes or do whatever you want to do. Play with the people who are out to play the higher game. And that's the next one. I always aim to play the higher game in life. I think what is going to keep life and everything moving forward and what's going to keep me down at that level. I choose not to play at that game. I promise it's worth it. The next one is do you need to just take some leave, like, whether it's holiday time or stress leave or something, so that you can recharge and get your body back on track so that if you are choosing to stay, you're ready to adapt in that situation. Maybe you just need to fortify yourself a bit first. I wish so much that I knew about adaptogen herbs when I was in my corporate career, because my body, I was in fight and flight and just survival mode for 5 years. It was insane. It was quite the ride. And yes, I chose to stay there. And yeah, I'm responsible for where my body ultimately went, but I wish I knew about adaptogens. So adaptogens are a class of herbs. I've talked about them endlessly through so many of these podcasts, but they're about helping you to manage your stress levels. We can't make stress go away. You can't make someone else behave in a different way, but don't let it suck the life out of you in the process. I fortify my body with adaptogen herbs. I have taken adaptogen tonics for over 30 years since I burned out in the pharmacy industry back in the 80s. They are part of my daily ritual. Herbs like Siberian ginseng and ashwagandha and radiolea. There are so many that are out there, but there's a handful. I'll actually put a link in the show notes to the tonic that I take every day. I don't hand blend it anymore because I'm not in clinic anymore. I choose to lecture instead. So I'm a big fan of taking these herbs at bedtime. The cool thing about adaptogens is they adapt to what you're doing. So if you take it in the morning and then run around being a busy person getting ready for your day, they'll energize you. I choose to take them at bedtime, but it's right at bedtime. The very last thing, I'm ready to go to sleep. I take them, I brush my teeth, I lay down and go to sleep. And what happens is when your adrenal glands are doing their regenerating time between 2 and 4 a.m., my cortisol levels are able to come back into balance better. So I take it and I do some deep breaths, and I feel my eyes roll back in my head and I go off to this blissful sleep. It's the best. I wake up full of beans in the morning and am grounded and kind of fortified to be able to respond instead of react to things that are thrown at me during the day. So I'm a big fan of adaptogens. In the aromatherapy world, because I am an aromatherapist as well, I made my Sanity Saver blend, which is my personal kind of constitutional blend to help me, same thing, stay grounded and be able to respond instead of reacting. It's a simple blend, really earthy aroma that helps to stop your mind racing so you can focus. That's it. It helps to restore some peace and some balance to your life during those busy and most stressful times. Perfect to use at night. In fact, at nighttime, it's great to put a couple of drops on the soles of your feet. Your feet are waterproof, not oil-proof. So it's a great way to get the oils into your body. If you're into using diffusers by the bed or in the bedroom, stick it in that. That's cool. And during the day, again, having it in the office or just around you so that it can still that busy mind. It's the perfect workplace blend, and it contains vetiver, patchouli, ylang, geranium, and Australian sandalwood. Earthy, but balancing. And then the other one is my chill out. And this is if you need help to leave work at work. I ran a study with one of the private health insurers back, oh my gosh, it's nearly 20 years ago now. That's really quite insane. We wanted to be able to see how we could benefit people to leave work at work. And this chill out blend increased people's ability to leave work at work by 61%. That's significant. It's a simple blend of sweet orange, lime, and ylang ylang, but it's excellent to help people to kind of, today was today and I'm going to live for tomorrow, and I'm not going to get stuck in either. I'm just going to stay present and chill out right now. Great oil to have in the car in a vaporizer or something, or a few drops around you to be able to, on that travel home, so you can leave work at work. Excellent blend. I'll put a link to both of those in the show notes. So bottom line, we're in control of how we respond to everything. And we can choose whether to respond or react. We're responsible for what's in our life and not in our life. And we have choice. We do. I know sometimes you feel like, I need this job. I need the money, family, mortgage, all those things. Is it worth dying for? Is it worth dying for? 2 simple, healthy life hacks for you today. They are, number 1, choose. Choose. Are you staying or are you going? That's it. Nice and easy. Are you staying or are you going? Number 2, bring some herbs or essential oils in to support your body. Go to the show notes and have a look at that list again and just see what couple of those things you could bring in as strategies to help support you if you choose to stay. And if you choose to leave, maybe because you have been in that environment, you might want to still bring some adaptogen herbs and some oils into your life as well. Remember to get the show notes, head over to www.healthylifehacks.com.au and I'll have links to those products there.